All right. Give me a rope, I'm coming loose. I'm hanging on you. Give us a rope, I'm coming loose. Oi. I'm falling for you now. See ya. What's up, man? Good evening. Is this mic on? Yeah, it is. How you doing, man? How was your day? Hopefully nothing too crazy happened. Oop. Give us a rope, I'm coming loose. I'm hanging on you. Dude, the morning's not too bad, to be honest. Actually pretty good, I'd say. I was up around 4:30. so there's that. But dude, hard to complain, to be honest. Pretty hard to complain. Oh, dude, it's your day off. Nice, man. Hope you've been able to just kind of chill a bit. Oh, my man, if you're at small group, I mean, please do not, there's no obligation to, be keeping up with chat and stuff. I know you've got the youths to take care of, so it's all good. Shy, big dog. Roo, 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 roo. Good morning. Lady of the house. Yes, sir. Oh, I really wish I would have cleaned up our leg day stuff from yesterday, but I was just too wiped out. So we're just gonna clean this up now while we get ready for, oh, dude, the OG emote. While we get ready for this pull day. We gotta put some stuff away. Okay. Hopefully this doesn't make too much noise. Shy. What is that emote? That's funny. Oh, alrighty. So we're like 90% cleaned up, so we can get ready for this pull day. Pull downs, rows, cable rows, rear delts, shrug. Yeah, we got a good one. Okay. We got 130. 130, then we did 60, 130, okay. We're just looking at weights from last week. I think here were pull rear delt flies. What did we end up doing? I should just go like this. I don't know why I'm constantly scrolling back and forth when I can just copy and paste. There we go. 175, 70, and then that's right, we do hammer curls instead. Okay, cool. Yeah, Shy, that's a good one too. Little finger guns. We love that. Pew, 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 pew. Is that Shroud? I think it is. That's fun. Doing finger guns for these guns. Ah, okay, that was dumb. Alrighty, let's move the little command center thing off to the side and we'll start getting stuff situated for our pull downs. Ooh. And we'll flip this guy. Oh, I should probably open this up so I can see what we've got going on. There, we'll do a little bit like that. Much better. Ooh. There we go. Give us a rope, I'm coming loose. I'm hanging on you. I was listening to the Foo Fighters this morning. That was good. And then my TikTok, I fell down the metalcore / like new metal part of the algorithm, so I'm just getting fed all these metalcore bands I've never heard of and just adding to playlist. Need to expand my, oh, don't trip, expand my music horizons with some new bands, which has been nice. Learning some new stuff, but all right. So as you can tell, title of the video, title of the stream, we got pull day. So kicking off neutral grip lat pull downs using the knockoff Walmart mag grips. Have had these for a while. They work decently well, not too bad. I think we have 3 sets of these. Let me double check. What do we got? Oh, we have 2 sets. Okay. So we have 2 sets on these, 8 to 10. Going to be using 130 pounds. So we're incrementally increasing our weight until we can hit, 2 sets of 10. Then we'll bump up again and we'll kind of see what we can get. Progressive overload. You guys get it. Trying to chase more volume over time because volume, kind of is key and all of that, major driver for hypertrophy, yada, yada, you guys get it. So we're gonna start off, do a couple warm-up sets before we get into our working sets. Oh, my back. On the day, I am still quite sore from our pull-ups on Monday. So we will see how these go. All right. I mean, there's one. Whew. First warm up, not so bad. And that was with 110. Okay. Now we'll do our next warm up here with 120, but we'll back this camera up just a bit. And we'll maybe do a little something like that. Maybe bring us in. There we go. Yeah, very cool. Now we're cinematic or whatever. Dude, the back of my hair looks so funny. That's okay. I just got a glimpse of the back of my head. That's fun. I was like, what are we doing here? All right. I think the mic is maybe in a compromising position right here. Hopefully we don't smack right into it, but I mean, if we do, we do. If we don't, we don't. But, ugh. All right, let's get our second warm up in. See how this goes. Oh. All right. Okay. And now we get into the fun part. Our working weight, working sets. This little mic is maybe slightly too heavy for our little shirt here. And I feel like we're gonna have a, what's her name? Gonna have a Janet Jackson Super Bowl incident. This thing falls down any further. Oh, okay. So far, right, warming up, did 110, did 120, right, working set, 130 pounds. Again, going for 8 to 10. This is the same weight we did last week. But last week we didn't do 10 reps each set, so I'm gonna try and obviously hit 10 or as many as we can for these pull days. You know, lat width is really something I'm focusing on as a recovering, former powerlifter. Did not do as much kind of width focused training, didn't do a lot of pull-ups, didn't do a lot of pull downs. Did a lot of rows, did a lot of deadlifting. So really building kind of thickness, erectors, mid-back, traps, things like that, but not as much dedicated lat width or lat work to build some width. And so that is a large emphasis for me during this gaining phase, trying to build as much width as we can. Obviously delts as well, but those are exercises for another day. For today, we're trying to grow this back. Ugh. All right, so when we hit that lat spread, we look kind of jacked. I don't know. All right. We'll get our first working set. Here we go. Any bets in chat? Are we gonna get 8? Are we gonna get 10? Ooh. Let's see. Come on. Okay. So what? 8 and a couple partials. We'll go 130. Let's see, what did we end up doing last week? I'm not actually sure. We did 9 and then we did 8. So thinking we hit, that was about 9, I'd say. Not a lot of body English and momentum. So we will take that as our first set. Now, will we hit 9 on our second set is TBD. But we will do our darndest. And you know we're a legit garage gym operation because, dude, you see our ladder right there and all of our storage. Maybe pull back just a bit. There we go. And that'll be our angle here for our next set. Alrighty. Oh, water's this way. Give us a rope, I'm coming loose. I'm hanging on you. All right. No more Dave Grohl. No more Foo Fighters. Here we go. Come on. Come on. Okay. Oh, foot got stuck. All right, we'll say 8 on those. And we'll get that logged into our spreadsheet. I like how I'm like so out of breath doing friggin' pull downs. That's fun. We gotta increase our cardio, you know? I'm gonna move our little command center here off to the side so we can set up for what's next, which will be sticking on the lat tower. Oops, sorry about that dragging noise. Sticking on the lat tower, but hitting some close grip rows. So we'll drop the tripod down just a little bit. So we can get those sick angles. All right. There we go. And we'll do a little something like this. It's always fun setting this up because you can see the little sweat stain from my butt right there. Okay. Good. This guy out of the way. And let's just make sure we're kind of framed up. I mean, maybe we'll do a little more of a profile shot. Go a little more. Go a little more like that. Cool. I think that'll work. Sweet. All right. So now that all the directing is done, we'll talk about what's next. So sticking on the lat tower, we'll do some seated cable rows, 2 sets, 10 to 12. We'll stick with 130. Really trying to leverage my hands as hooks while doing this, right? I'm not trying to let my biceps take over. I'm trying to just, lock in and kind of drive back with my elbows and build some thickness in this back and make some gains. So here we go. Come on. Oh. Okay. Oy. So there's one. Oh. And we got 12. It was getting pretty tough there towards the end. We will see how our reps go on our last set here. But like I was saying earlier, from pull-ups, I am pretty sore. I am not gonna lie. Get this guy moved out of the way. Before I would do upper lower rest, then pull push legs, but with scheduling and working with how things are going, we've adjusted that plan. So now we do upper lower pull push legs, no rest day in the middle anymore. So that way we're still getting 5 training days, hitting our muscle groups 2 times a week, legs 2 times a week, all that fun stuff. But that no rest day after upper and lower might have been, or might be rather, a bit optimistic because I am very, very sore this morning. And yeah, that should be good. And maybe we'll do a little, we'll go right there. And that's the noise I make when I zoom in with this little lens. All right. Second, and also last set on these. Again, going for 12. Hands are hooks, driving with our elbows, really feeling our back, trying to build some thickness here. Alrighty. Come on. Come on. Oh. Okay. man. Oh yeah. We are absolutely feeling it, which is good. That's what we want. But hopefully we'll eat good today, you know, hit our macros, all that stuff, and hopefully get some good sleep. So that way we're feeling refreshed and recharged when we start getting after it tomorrow. And we'll set up like this. That's probably fine. Okay. Yeah, we'll go like right there. Okay. So, I feel like a magician sometimes doing this, where I'm like, for our next lift, doves. For our next exercise, it's such a stupid joke. We're gonna do some dumbbell rows. We are going to brace up against the back of the bench here. So I've talked about these before. Usually what I do is I'll pop that guy up and I will zoom out a bit so we don't cut off my head. There we go. It's like I was saying, for our next trick, doves, dumbbell rows. What I do for these is, I mean, I would love some sort of like hammer strength, plate loaded, you know, multi-grip handled row machine like you would get at, you know, a commercial gym or wherever. That'd be best case scenario. Obviously don't have that here at home, but if we did have one, that would be my preference. But what we'll do is kind of stagger our stance a little bit. I'll put my forearm on the bench, head on the forehead, and kind of find a spot that feels comfortable, and then do our best to just engage our lat for this rowing motion and not get too much body English or body sway going while I do these, and really target our lats. And if I'm not mistaken, we have 3 sets on these for today. Yeah, 3 sets of 10, 8 to 10. I'll use a 60-pound dumbbell. So obviously not the heaviest, not the lightest either. I mean, at least not for me anyways. But that's what we're working with. So I will be slightly off screen here while I get these set up. 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60. I do have to admit, of all the training days, I think pull is probably my favorite day to train. I mean, leg days, I mean, everybody knows it's just like such a beating. And like mentally, you have to be ready to get after it on those days. Push day, I think I don't have the strongest delts or the biggest bench. So maybe it's kind of an ego thing for me where I'm like, I feel weak and I don't really like push day all that much, and I wish we had a cable system for flies and lateral raises, and man, I just make all these excuses. But there's something about pull day that, you know, training your back, getting some big lats, you know, some thickness, hitting some biceps, you know, some rear delts, that kind of stuff. Always feels good. Makes you feel good. I think makes maybe you look good as well, or you know, you think you look good. So hard, I think, to complain too much about a pull day, in my opinion. And yeah, probably my favorite training day. And I think because my back and lat width and thickness is such an area of focus for me that when it comes to this day, I just think, you know, this is the day, this is what we've been waiting for, type thing, which maybe sounds dumb and kind of cringy, but that's kind of what goes through my head. All right, let's get this lettuce out of the way, and here we go. So again, 60-pound dumbbell, we're going 3 sets, 8 to 10, forehead on the arm, on the bench, staggered stance. All right. There's that guy. And now, our left arm. Okay. I did kind of messed up. Should have started with my left arm instead of my right arm. My right arm's my strong arm. And for unilateral movements, I typically like to start on my weaker side, you know, split squats, obviously dumbbell rows, things like that. So that way my weaker side can kind of set the pace for our lifts and things. And, oh, there's a moth in here. That's fun. At least it's not a wasp. Hello, Mr. Moth. But I should have started on the left side. Again, just to kind of set the pace and everything. Rep scheme, load, all of that for these rows. But I didn't. So started with our right, and we will see here on the next set which arm we're going to end up using. So, yeah, bit of an oopsie. That's okay. That's okay. Stuff happens. Oh, do a little back crack. Get a little bit of water. H2O. I can't pull over any further. I'm already pulled over. It's a Super Troopers reference. I think. Come on, moth, what are you doing in here? Why you gotta do this? The garage doors are closed. How'd you even get in here? Unbelievable. All right, let's maybe move this just a little bit. I'm feeling slightly claustrophobic. Being so close to the weight tree. And we'll do our left to kick things off. Well, the moth is probably attracted to the, I mean, like most moths, attracted to the light. It's just like stuck on the ceiling. All right, here we go. Oh, okay. On to the next. Oh. Okay. Oh. You know, I got to admit, dumbbell rows, feeling a little woozy. But dumbbell rows, maybe not my favorite exercise in the world. I do feel it, you know, no doubt about that, but I wonder if there's a different rowing motion I could be doing that I might like more, like maybe on the lat tower, right? We did our close grip row, which I liked, but maybe I'll get just like a single handle or something, and I could do some single arm rows. That might be good. I mean, handles would be pretty cheap. I can just like run across to Academy or something or buy them on Amazon. So that might be a consideration for hitting these rows, because yeah, I got to admit, doesn't feel terrible, but it doesn't feel great. I'm so paranoid about bugs being out here that every time I feel something on my leg, and this time it was sweat, you know, working hard or whatever, but I was getting devoured by mosquitoes for so long that I think, shit, am I getting bit up by mosquitoes again? But it's not. It was just a bead of sweat that started at my knee and made it all the way down to my ankle. It's pretty gross, but it's hot in this garage and a little humid. All right. Let's get our last set of rows in, and we can move on from these, because I'm not, like I said, it's not that I was going to say it's not that I dislike them, but I would say that I actually do dislike them. I think it's that I dislike them, but I also think there might be something that I would enjoy more that maybe hits my lat a bit better. that I don't think that I have much of an excuse to not get a handle, you know, especially with how cheap they are. So something to consider. I don't know. We're just stream of consciousness right now while we talk through rowing motions and what will recruit my lats more and yada, 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 yada. Alrighty. Last set on these. Arm on the bench, head on my arm. Ooh. Okay. Oh, left side feeling a little wonky, so we'll call it at 8 on that side. And we'll see how 8 feels on the right. Okay. Yeah, calling it at 8. Definitely the smart call. Whew. Well, we're, like I said, trying to get some width, get a little thickness going. Oh, on this pull day. I mean, that's the goal anyways. What camera? Y'all are over there. So if we were gonna hit a not bad. Not huge, but not bad for our lats. But we're gonna get the old command center moved over, and we will log our stuff. So what did we say? 60, we did 10, and then the last set, my left side was feeling not great. So we stopped at 8. Okay, what do we got? About 7:10 in the morning. Not so bad. Sorry if I just burped into your ears. That was not intentional. But hey, you know, it happens. Okay. Give us a rope, I'm coming loose. I'm hanging on you. Give us a rope, I'm coming loose. I'm pulling for... All right. Now we have, some rear delt flies. Okay. So we'll be sticking with the bench. Slightly different setup. Same, but different, but still same. For these bad boys. So we'll plop you down. Get this guy up. About, let's see, is that good? How's this? Yeah, okay. And right under the light, okay. And we'll get this guy adjusted as well. Watch out, camera. Get out of here, cords. Okay. Also, I mean, how good does that straw hat flag look? Like, come on now, y'all. It's pretty good. One Piece this week. The spoilers seem crazy. And we'll, feeling like a man, with a bang bang. Gonna back this camera up. Okay. So for our next exercise, like we were talking about, hitting rear delts. So for those, you know, nice capped shoulders that you're looking for, right? You have your front delt, your medial delt, and then you got your rear delt, right? So it's this little guy back here. My rear delts and my delts in general are not that big, but when you're lean and when you're hitting, you know, front double or rear double bi, right? Or hitting, you know, your lat spread, you can get that nice little slice back there, that rear delt, that looks good. So it really gives you kind of that 3D shape to your delts, right? You have those guys that all they do is bench and they kind of walk around like this, right? And they have really developed kind of front delts, super tight chests, and they kind of have this look going. But if you want those big, capped, rounded, dimensional delts, you got to hit your rear delts. They're that tiny, tiny little muscle. Ideally, right, if you had you could do face pulls, right, are super popular. I'm not the biggest fan personally. You could do kind of a reverse pec deck, right, where there's the machine fly that your gym probably has, or you could kind of face the other way, right, so you're holding the handles in front of you and you're doing some of these. Those work. If you really want to get long range of motion and a good stretch, you could kind of sit sideways and do more of like this motion. So you get a lengthened position for your rear delt, longer range of motion and more stimulus. That would be a better alternative. You could take, you know, a cable system, put the cables up, you know, about 45-degree angle, grab one like this, and do them like that, you know, to hit your rear delts. There's a lot of really good machine options and cable-based options for hitting your rear delts. Here in the MeatHaus, we have none of those options. So we do this the old-fashioned way, like your forefathers used to do them, and that's by leveraging the secret MeatHaus family technique that has been passed down for generations. And that is dramatic pause, and that is we will take, and not smash my thumbs, we will take a 10 and a 2.5 pound plate. We will put our head on the bench and we will start doing flies until we pretty much can't do any more. Doing our best to keep the tension and emphasis on our rear delts. Ugh. And for these, I honestly just go until I pretty much can't do anymore. And we do these about as high volume as we can, because this is all we got. So usually ends up being about 20 pounds, usually ends up being about 20 reps. You could do these with dumbbells. I'm sure there's people out there who hit this exercise with different grips and hand positions and a whole bunch of different ways. You could do this. That's just the setup that I use. Is it the most optimal? Probably not. Does it work good enough for me? I think so. Are there better options? Absolutely. Is kind of what it boils down to. like I said, that's okay. There's a YouTuber, she's a yoga YouTuber that I really like. Her name's Yoga with Adrian. She's got like however many millions of subscribers. And one thing she talks about in her practice is find what feels good. And I think that's a pretty valuable training lesson. There's so many people online. This is, what is it? Hammer curls, hammer curls are vaulted. We're only doing reverse curls now. But it's like, dude, reverse curls kill my wrists and they feel like shit. I'd rather do hammer curls, you know? Oh, your lat pull down with the medium grip is less optimal for lat recruitment. You need to go as wide as possible. But it's like, dude, I've got crazy long arms. I don't feel my lats with a super wide grip. My biceps take over because I'm more like limb dominant than I am back dominant, whatever. And anyways, the moral of this story, and I think some valuable lesson from our girl, Yoga with Adrian, is find what feels good. Everybody's body's different. Gotta do what works for you. And that's my sage wisdom for today. Find what feels good. Do what works for you in your body. If it feels like shit and you don't like doing it, you're probably not going to do it. Long term, probably not going to want to progress on it. You'll program hop, switch out exercises, but you know, find the movements and grips and handles that feel good and work on progressing those. Alrighty. Oh, man, those last couple reps where my arms are like barely moving, man, that's where we really start feeling it. What did, was it Mike Tyson who said he doesn't start counting his reps until they start hurting? And I'm not, you know, we're not Iron Mike or any sort of combat sport aficionado or enthusiast by any means. But you know, those last couple reps, got to be where some hypertrophy's happening, right? Assuming you're hitting the muscle that you want to be hitting. Potentially, I don't know. I'm sure there's some study and some Jeff Nippard video or some YouTube video talking about it, but those last reps, where it hurts. All right. So that calls it on our good friend's face-supported rear delt flies. 2 sets. I mean, like I said, I go till, you know, my arms pretty much stop moving. So it ends up being about 20 reps, I'd say, with the 12 and a half, you know, 10-pound plate plus holding the 2.5. And yeah, they hurt is the TLDR. It burns quite a bit. But now for maybe the ultimate bro exercise. We're gonna fire up some shrugs. So, quips. No, you're not late, man. I was, we were hitting some face supported rear delt flies, and just talking about how the last reps, basically my arms don't move, and I just go till I can't, till I can't go anymore. So you're not late, but what is it? Is it a wizard or a Jedi is never late? They show up right when they're supposed to, or whatever. You get it. I think. I don't know. Was a Star Wars guy. Not so much anymore. Kind of fell off. Also, it's like Marvel. There's too much content constantly being put out. But no, man, you, not late, man. How's your day going? Happy Wednesday. Yeah, we've been going about an hour. We, got started just before 6:30 this morning. So, been going for a bit. We're towards the tail end of our push day here. Yeah, dude, we did all fall off after they rebooted it. We definitely did. I mean, Kylo Ren's kind of cool, I guess. His lightsaber's kind of cool. But after that, Rogue One is probably the last good Star Wars piece of content I've seen, and then Disney's just been churning and burning through that series, and I just have not been keeping up in the slightest. Let's just checking our sets and reps for our shrugs. Yeah, okay. I need the 45. Okay. Whew. Yeah, man, how's your day? Happy Wednesday. Hump day. Move our camera over this way. What do we need to do? We'll go like this, and then we'll turn it. There we go. I know it looks crooked, it's because the floor is slanted, by the way. That's what's going on here. All right. Okay. All right. So moving on, we have 2 sets, 10 to 12 on, kind of like I was saying, probably the ultimate bro exercise. You know, we got our shrugs going. Gonna warm up with 135, then we'll put some 25s on, and that will be our working weight. I do keep a slight, bend forward on these. Wait. Am I going to face the other way today? Muscle imbalances? I mean, I can. I definitely can face the other way. like I said, I mean, is it slanted? I've got a level. We can actually test this live here. Is it the floor where the camera is, or is it where, here we can actually see. I mean, it is slightly slanted. I try to bench with the incline, kind of like it's always incline bench. Yeah, dude, exactly. But, I mean, with the level, here, we can check live. So you can see the little bubble is slightly to the left. So it definitely isn't perfectly level, but I wonder if that's more so dealing with the posts or like with how the rack is set up. So, I mean, we're doing, hard science here in the middle of our training session. And if we go up here it's level going the other way. Here the bubble's slightly to the right. So it's not, it's not level either way. So there we go. Oh, everything froze. Okay, we're back. Deadlifts I face weight because you can't deal with the feeling of falling forward. Yeah, I think with, what's it called? With like squats and deadlifts, specifically, if there's a screen or something in front of me, I want to look at the screen and not keep a like neutral spine and head position. So I always have to face the other way. Same thing like with mirrors and things. I never want to deadlift like facing a mirror or squat facing a mirror. And especially with the, just like back when I used to power lift and like prepping for meets and stuff, it's just you kind of solo walking out the squat, and there's, you gotta train like it's gonna be on meet day. So that obviously has changed now that I train with a camera, and I haven't done a legit back squat in a while. So you're laughing at the level, dude. I mean, like the bar is going this way, and then the pull-up bar at the top is slanted the other way. So, I mean, it's definitely got to be something, like our foundation might have like some sort of slope going. I mean, it must. That's the only way that this makes sense. So, there's got to be that, or just where the camera's at is not level and it makes everything like slanted. I don't know. No, dude, I've never heard of Farmer Boy Fitness. That's pretty funny, though. I gotta look him up. Locally owned fitness in Baltimore, Ohio. High quality, durable gym equipment. Let's see what they've got. Dude, their rack looks... Okay, it's kind of funny. There's a dude in overalls and like work boots doing lat pull downs in the middle of a field on their website. That's kind of funny. Oh, dude, I see the level. That's pretty funny. very niche and specific. And yeah, I mean, they'd look at my rack and be like, dude, what's going on? But I mean, whatever. It is what it is, you know? Ugh. You mentioned the, what is it, like proprietol, whatever it is, where like the back of your knee hurts. Is that, I assume, is that from like conventional deadlifts and like hamstring training? I've never experienced that personally. Ugh. All right. Ugh. Shit. Dude, it's funny, in the stream chat, I know you're putting emojis, but it shows up as like the code, you know? So it says, face green, smiling, face green, smiling, face green, smiling, face fuchsia tongue out, face fuchsia tongue out. So that's fun. Yeah, my knees are okay. It's my hip and stuff has been like if I pull up like the chat on my phone, it shows up. Like if I pull up chat on my phone, it'll show it. But if I pull up, I don't know why my flashlight was on, but in the like actual like restream chat or whatever, it shows up as words, I guess. You're fine. Don't worry about it. It's just more of a, not even a problem. It's just like a quirk on my side that I see. Oh, nice. Deep into the emoji folder for the fist bump. But yeah, my knees thankfully have been okay. It's my right hip got kind of wonky. Yeah, those show up. Those are fine. Excuse me, my right hip got wonky after my third deadlift in the meet that I did, and my hips kind of shifted a little bit to one side, and I felt my hip pop, and ever since my, what is that, like your SI joint has been, so I was a sumo deadlifter, and I didn't hook grip at the time. I did a mixed grip, and so I was coming up and my hips kind of shifted a little bit to the right and then back to the left as I was coming up, and that little hip shift made my SI joint in the back get real wonky and like super stiff. And I ended up, ever since then, I have to be real, I don't want to say careful, but real thorough, I'd say, with like core bracing and like glute training and doing like glute bridges and things like that to make sure those muscles in like that area is taken care of. So, and also like sitting, I work from home now, but I used to have to commute like an hour each way. And so like sitting, I had to make sure I would sit properly, and then a whole bunch of stuff. It's much better now, but for a while after that, I was pretty fucked up. I would like walk around stiff as a board. check my leg lengths. Yeah, dude, it's honestly not a bad idea. I've always felt like my right side and my right leg has been more stiff than my left side. I wouldn't be surprised if that leg is longer than the other. Probably go see some like chiropractor or something and see what he's got. But chiropractors kind of stress me out. Oh. A leg doctor. That's a good one. Definitely need to find a leg doctor. Okay. Now we gotta do the fun part, which is a bunch of curls. All right. There's that one put away. We got one more. There's a channel. He has different lengths. He did a lot to accommodate. Oh, that's pretty cool. Tim Campanen. I'm gonna look this guy up right now. Is he on YouTube? Yes. Dude is a beast. Man, check him out. Recreational bodybuilder, powerlifter, and home gym enthusiast. I might follow this guy. Yeah, he's a beast. Check him out. And so he has different length limbs, is what you're saying? He'll have to accommodate now, he just accepts it. He was tearing his bicep before it was cool. Yeah, before C-Bum tore his bicep like 6 weeks before the Olympia or whatever, and then still goes out and wins. And then everybody was like, oh, I gotta go tear my bicep. Dude, that's like one of my biggest fears, to be honest, is a bicep tear. I think I saw, was it Larry Wheels, who like tore his bicep deadlifting? Somebody tore their bicep doing a like a mixed grip deadlift. And ever since then I was like, yeah, we're gonna start doing hook grip because this does not seem worth it at all. I'm not trying to get this all messed up. Hey, dude, thank you for agreeing with me about chiropractors. I know, dude, there's some people that swear by it, and if you say anything critical of chiropractics, I feel like you get people coming out of the woodwork to defend, like you just said their wife was ugly or something, and it's like, hey man, I don't want to get paralyzed. So, yeah, I see your messages. You're good. Now you just accept it. No chiropractor adjusting you when it's all knuckle cracking. Yep, YouTube tearing bicep tendons before it was cool. Yeah, I'm getting them all. And I don't think anything's been like held in a spam filter or something. But I should be getting everything. Oh, it just started raining. Fun. Okay. But yeah, chiropractors. It's going to be a no from me, dog. Please don't paralyze me. Okay. And we'll set up for a couple sets of easy bar curls. So 50. $60 and $70. Okay. Hui. What time we got? 7:45? Okay. Yeah, I know, dude. It's crazy. The like amount of, yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be somebody that in months is going to. Can I get? You want me to jump into a squat? You want to see my lack of athleticism? Not upward, just lift your knees as quickly and drop into a sumo squat. I mean, what's your, I mean, I can do it, but what's the goal here? Like, what are we looking to critique? Can I get you to jump into a squat, meaning upward, just lift your knees quickly as you drop on it. Oh, you just want to see my hips? Yeah, let me do one set of these, and then I'll take this little mic off so it doesn't go flying, and then I'll do it. Come on. Okay, we gotta log that. Oh. Just a bet on what your doctor would say. There's a lag about 2 seconds. Yeah, I mean, I think that's... Near your hips. Yeah, get the flat back bicep curl record and then tear my bicep. I love that I have this Farmer Boy Fitness tab up and I just see this guy doing pull downs in the middle of a field. Like, buddy, who's your audience for this? And yeah, there is a slight chat delay. Okay, we'll pop this guy off and you can see my lack of hip mobility real quick. Dude, the record for my body weight is... Okay, I'm waiting. I mean, I'm 178. Center the cam and tilt lower. Okay. I'll do it. Hold on. Okay, there you go. Yeah, I can even see in the video, I like lean more to one side than the other. I'm watching the playback. Yeah, my hips shift to one side. Interesting. What do you got for me, Equips? Are you gonna fix my mobility while we do a set of easy bar curls? Come on. Okay. We'll put this in the rack. Okay. No, camera's not flipped. Just replaying that for a bit. Yep, you're right. Camera's not flipped. Yep, you're right. And yeah, rogue is rogue. So it's not mirrored or anything. Oy. Okay. And then I think the last thing we've got are one set of hammer curls. Okay. Let's get that set up. And then we will be, as my kid would say, all done. All done. No more. All done. All right. $10, $20, $30. Also, as you're watching that video, I know what you're thinking. It's probably the most athletic guy I've ever seen. And dude, you wouldn't be too far off. That is for sure. All right. I'll just wheel this over, get a little bit of water. And we'll do our, get our last thing in. All right, so last exercise, we'll do 1, maybe 2 sets of hammer curls. We have 30 pounds, and yeah. come on. Okay. Ugh. Shit. Oh, Bowser's Big Bean Burrito. What's up, dude? Happy Wednesday. Dude, that bed jump emote, love it. $30, $4, $13. And then we'll do one more set. Hoi. And then we'll be all done. Okay. What a morning. Sheesh. And we got rain. All right. Move this guy over. Oh. Bowser's Big Bean Burrito. All right. One more set. And then we gotta start getting ready for our work day. Okay. All right. Last set. Oh, thinking we do both arms at once. Yeah. Get this done a bit quicker. Oh, okay. Ooh. Yes, my my whoop is on my left. Is on my left arm. Do hip airplanes. Is that, dude, I'm about to look like, you know, this is gonna be the most Instagram girl fit chick. Instagram girl fit chick. Demonstration here. So you're saying like do like this type of stuff? Or do you mean more like this kind of stuff? Ugh. Man, I am pretty fried. But hey, knee rotation looks proper. We'll take that. It's like in The Longest Yard. We didn't get the whole chocolate bar, but we got a Hershey's Kiss. You know, we'll take wins where we can get them. And we'll move this guy over here so it is out of the way when I pull my car back in. Okay. We'll actually take this up and over. There we go. Oh. But guys, yeah, you gotta do the slightest ROM. Think the little RDL or the CAS hip thrust. Okay, that's helpful. I'll do that in the evenings, like off stream and stuff. I'm also working on fixing my crooked ass bench by doing some upper back and chest and shoulder mobility work. So we got a few things we got to try and correct at the moment. But dudes, MeatHaus, I gotta get out of here. No, not those. Those are probably great for warm-ups, but they're more fire hydrants. Okay. Okay. Dude, Eclipse, thank you. I appreciate your help. Man. But like RDLs are to deadlifts. Okay. Very helpful. And I have some bands I can use too to progress, like I'm like a Pilates girly, which I'm sure will help for some accommodating resistance. But dude, I gotta get out of here. It's 8. I gotta get ready for work. Have a day full of Zoom meetings to look forward to, but I appreciate you being here, helping me out. Hope you have a great Wednesday. You know, if your day's just getting started. If your day is almost done, hope you had a good Wednesday. But dude, with that, if you're around, I'll be here tomorrow for push day. And yeah, man, I appreciate your help. I've got some work to do this evening. So have a good day, everyone. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, different exercise.